Wow, what a shitty looking disc. Come on, man, there could have been a better art than just Batman's stupid face. So, since Warner Brothers owns Cockbite Studios, it was only a matter of time before they started shoving in the Justice League like a turducken from hell. As a heads up, I haven't watched Ruby since Season 3, so it's possible there's stuff I missed. So, correct me in the comments if I get anything wrong. We open up to a de-aged Superman waking up to Ruby and Yang fighting some Grimm.
I don't think I'm in Kansas anymore.
And 50 seconds in, and the twist is out. Yep, both teams are in the Matrix. And yeah, it's supposed to be a twist. I don't get it, why make it so blatant? I understand this might seem like a nitpick, but think about it. The villain's plan is to trap these two teams in a simulation. However, it's so obvious that it's a simulation, it makes the villains seem retarded. And not to mention it hurts our heroes, because it takes them so long to figure it out. Why even have the mystery at this point, if you aren't going to put any effort into it? It's not like they don't have assets to make the world look normal. Heck, since it's a simulation is based off of the first few seasons, why not play with that? Bring back that old style with the shadow people and the rougher animation, have some fun with it. Superman gets smacked around a little bit, but helps Yang and Ruby dispatch the Grimm.
Duck!
Wait, Soups, why did you stop aiming your lasers at the Grimm? Look, he just stops aiming at them. Why?
What's your name, kid?
Just call me Superman.
Yang and Ruby make fun of him for calling himself Superman and asks him his real name, which he replies with Clark. I know it's supposed to be a joke, but it feels like the first draft of a joke, if that makes sense. I can totally understand that to Ruby and Yang the name Superman would be ridiculous, but I think Clark folds a bit too easily. Like, maybe it should take a bit longer, right? And that could be sort of a running gag. He keeps being pig-headed about it, and Ruby and Yang get more and more frustrated. Anyway, they start talking about what's going on.
It's my fault. I messed up your world by being here.
Whoa! Slow your roll, Soups. Talk about a guilt complex. Man's been in Remnant for like 5 minutes and he's already saying he is the cause of all the problems. Who are you, Spider-Man? They decide to go to Ozpin because if anyone would have any idea what's going on, it's him. Though before that, we cut to Blake with her mom.
I'll always come back to you, Mom.
It's enough to make a grown man cry.
The wholesome vibes don't last long though, as a guy named Rolf shows up giving Blake flashbacks. Turns out they have Wonder Woman as a prisoner, and then this happens.
Has some questions. Impressive. How's this for an answer? I don't want to cause harm.
Bitch, you just caused harm. That guy on the floor is going to be eating through a straw for a week. Seriously, why did you do that? I'm sorry, this really bothers me. There's no reason for this fight scene to happen. Diana asked to be taken to the leader, and they took her. She could have just started talking. Also, I gotta bring this up. These designs are ass. Like, look at what they did to my boy Soups. Turned him into one of those steampunk cosplayers you see at conventions. And what's the point of the bandana around Diana's arm? It clashes super hard with the outfit. Oh, and poor Jessica Cruz. They turned her into a twink. Turns out that the worldwide communication system is down, so they'll have to travel to Beacon like the others to meet up with everybody. We cut to Weiss, who's having a spat with her dad.
Weiss, you can handle being away from your friends for a few months.
You know something is wrong, but as usual, you won't sacrifice the dust needed to help people.
It's not my job to fix the CCT.
I mean, she's kinda got a point, Weiss. That sounds like a government contract job, and you don't want to fuck with them. They'll steal your kneecaps.
Nero fiddled while Rome burned.
Who the fuck is Nero? The rich are here, and that can only mean one thing. Batman is also here, and he starts trying to get information out of Weiss. Badly.
Can't allow ourselves to limit the natural energy sources we can use.
Of course, because dust is an energy source.
Smooth like butter, B-Man. They talk for a while and revealing that both have spotty memories like the other characters. Turns out that Bruce stole a lab key and is about to leave, but Weiss decides to apprehend him. We get a fight scene and, Bruce holds up alright. Love this piano man. Best character. even though he has salad fingers. Weiss freezes Bruce in some ice and he grows bat wings. Is that how faunas work in Ruby? I thought they were born with the animal parts. Why didn't Bruce already have the wings? And it's not like he was hiding them, he just straight up says that's new. Bruce tries to fly away, but he must be part moth because he flies into a chandelier like a bug zapper and gets caught.
How are you not tired?
I'm just built alternatively, constructed alternatively.
Constructed in an unorthodox fashion.
Built stupid.
Blake and Diana are already there, however, which doesn't really make any sense since they left from Menagerie, which is far, far away. This would almost be an interesting mystery if we didn't already know they were in the Matrix.
You done fucked it up!
Osmond shows up, but something's wrong. He doesn't really respond to their questions, and he also turns into a little boy in front of them.
Tell us what's going on. Where are our friends? Whew, she is very strong.
Ha! Gay!
Osmond says they should be in training, and the group decides to follow him for some reason, even though it's obviously not Ozpin, but some flawed simulacrum. The team should really be on red alert right now. Though before they leave, Ruby sees the Green Lantern ring on Ozpin's table. Ozpin takes us to the class where we see the rest of the Justice League and Team Juniper. They're being taught by Glinda Goodwitch.
The Munchkins. They're laughing because I am a witch. I'm Glinda, the Witch of the North.
We get a brief explanation of dust and semblances, but we already got that info with Superman and Batman. So this exposition feels clunky and unnatural. And it's clearly a way to try and catch people up who've never heard of Ruby before. It also doesn't make much sense for the Justice League and Juniper to be sitting here in an empty class taking lessons that they already know about. You know, they should be asking so many questions, but they're not. We get a reference to how the two groups met because the Justice League were freaking out in their dorm rooms. I think that's the scene we should have saw. It would make for a much better introduction between the two teams, and it would make sense for Team Juniper to explain, all of the remnant stuff to the Justice League. They could even suggest looking for faculty where they could find Glinda, who's behaving weird. Anyway, Glinda has the two teams spar and we get a quick fight scene. Though the Justice League are quickly on the back foot, as not only does Jessica not have her lantern ring, Vixen doesn't have her necklace, so she can't access her powers either.
I don't want to use your machine. I want to use my necklace to summon Eagle's flight.
He's horny.
Before the fight goes on for too long, though, the two crews meet up, and for some reason Ozpin and Glinda despawn. Guys, come on! Game Dev 101! You're supposed to make them leave the room before despawning them, sheesh. Everyone is introduced to each other.
And these are our friends. Jean, Nora, and Ren.
No, so we don't have to kill him.
Vixen, what the fuck? The gang decide to try to figure out what's going on, and the Justice League give off some suggestions on who the culprit could be.
Brainiac?
Maybe Vandal Savage, if it's a time travel thing?
What about that one guy? Kilgore.
That lunatic who wants to take over the world?
Do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down?
This is really weird. They go off on Kilgore as if Brainiac or Vandal Savage aren't just as crazy. Seriously, why would they single him out as an insane lunatic? Oh, he's gonna be the villain, isn't he? Interesting choice of villain. Basically, Kilgore is an electro-mechanico-organic life form, whatever the fuck that means. He's a ghost robot that can possess machines and even people. Back to Bruce in jail, he's practicing his flying. Don't know why the Sneeze would have a jail cell so large you can fly in them, but whatever, must be a rich people thing. He also gets a detective vision in real life, which lets him see in Kool-Aid purple. Weiss shows up with Batman's costume, having decided to believe him. The scene ends quickly though as we cut back to the others trying to figure out what to do.
I don't know what you have on your world, but Grimm, they're soulless creatures with only one purpose: to destroy humanity.
I've never seen anything like them.
Really, bitch?
We need to figure out how to get back, now.
I think we all need to...
We aren't going without Bruce.
Why are you calling the shots?
I'm not gonna lie, the whole fight seems forced. They really should have had some moments of the two groups spatting earlier because before now, the two sides got along great. But it isn't until Superman suggests everyone split up that things begin to chill. One group is taking Wonder Woman to find Batman, another is checking out the Grimm in the forest, and John is with Jessica to help her find her ring. Back to Weiss and B-Man, they make it to the lab, but it's guarded by Grimm, which you'd think would make Weiss a bit more unhappy, considering there's Grimm on her fucking property. Batman uses Weiss's sword to open the door so they can get in, and Weiss grabbing a Grimm scrap on the way. So lucky for them, though, that the Grimm can't open the door.
It's a shame you're not from Remnant. It feels like you belong.
What an odd thing to say.
Back in the forest, Cyborg is trying to put the moves on Nora.
I might not be a lot of help. Could you show me a couple of tricks?
We're all a little busy here.
Ren, I can answer for myself.
No, Nora.
You're a simp.
Cyborg and Ren then get into a fight over Nora. The problem here is that it's never brought up again. This movie has a problem with characterization, and it's easy to see why. There are a whopping 14 main characters for a 1 hour and 20-minute film. That's fucking insane! There's not nearly enough time here to give all of these chucklefucks time to shine. I don't get it. Why such a short runtime? Honestly, a lot of these, characterizations and story problems could have been solved if they had that extra hour to breathe. But because it's short, it's like characters meet. Bam! Now characters are mad. Bam! Now we're doing this. Bam! Now we're here. Gives me whiplash. After Cyborg's outburst, though, Ruby starts to have doubts about her leadership abilities. But Superman is able to give her some advice. And credit where it's due, this is a nice scene. I wish it was in a better movie. Back to John and Jessica, they're trying to find the ring, but it seems not to be there anymore. John decides to try to help Jessica use her powers without the ring, which, it's a nice scene. However, I'm not that familiar with Jessica Cruz. I just haven't gotten around to those comics, so let me know if she's in character here. Jessica starts meditating on the floor and she wakes up in the construct.
This is the construct.
She eventually brings John there too, where they discover that they're in the Matrix. Took them long enough.
Your ring, it sounds like it gets to the truth of things, the truth of you.
No, that's not what the Green Lantern ring does. Like at all. You just made that up. They get attacked by a thing, and John fumbles super hard. Dude, how the fuck did you even accomplish that? For some reason, the thing shows John images of Pyrrha, his dead girlfriend, but Jessica is able to save him and they escape the construct. Back to Wonder Woman flying in a VTOL, trying to fly in a VTOL. What are you doing? Why are you doing this here? At least Batman had a room that was stupidly big. Why would you not be doing this outside?
Each of us learned how to save the world on our own. At least you guys learned together.
What do you mean by that? No, seriously, what do you mean by that? I don't know. What does learning together have to do with being a team? You already learned how to be a team.
They don't always understand what being a warrior means.
Wendy, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, sure, the guys who fought alongside you to stop countless world and universe-ending threats don't know what it means to be a warrior. You fucking narcissist. Anyway, some Grimm attack them, saving us from this bullshit. Back to John and Jessica, they seem trapped in an infinite hallway situation. And John starts hearing the voices again, and decide to trust them. A door opened, revealing John's old classroom, where Pyrrha is waiting.
You can't be here. You're not real. None of this is real.
I am real, Sean.
I guarantee it. Would I lie?
Fool you!
Pyrrha, no!
Honestly, I don't like this. John knows that it's not Pyrrha and that the Matrix is controlled by a malevolent force. It feels like John was hit by the stupid stick here. Honestly, the false Pyrrha should have been with Team Juniper since the beginning, acting like her old self. Not only would this make the simulation feel more real, and it would probably hit John a lot harder. Though back to the forest, they happen to stumble onto a fucking dragon.
And it's a wyvern.
Okay, consider this. Fuck you.
They are able to take down the dragon, however, but it gets back up, spawning another giant monster.
Right, yeah, of course.
Ruby tries to give some orders but hesitates, leading Superman to give orders instead, and he gives her some advice. Again, it's another nice scene, but for some reason I don't think that advice is going to stick. Back to B-Man and Weiss at the lab, they find out that the lab is built more like a command center, which makes it so much weirder that they can just stay there unmolested.
What makes you think there's anyone else from our worlds here? Maybe it's just you and me.
They find out that there is a program running on the system and that it's running on every computer in the world.
which means if we can alter it,
we'll be able to take control of whatever this is.
How do you know that? No, seriously, for all you know, that changing the code could destroy the simulation and you. Also, another thing, why would the code that's running the simulation be running in the simulation? That's not how that fucking works. Suddenly, Grimm show up, outside of the command center for some reason. Wait, what happened to the Grimm that was already there? They ran into the command center being chased by Grimm. What happened to them? Hey, either way, they're about to be overwhelmed, but 1D Blake and Yang show up just in time to help them. Back to John and Jessica, who are trapped in the closet.
I shouldn't have trusted her.
Yeah, no shit. Why would you go trust a person claiming to be your dead girlfriend, you James Sunderland-looking fuck? The walls start to close in on them, and only Jessica can get them out. Come on. Say it. Do it. Do it!
In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power! Green Lantern's light!
Yes!
Even in shit movies, the Green Lantern Oath is a fucking banger. Oh my god, look at the scene of Justice League fighting Kilgore. It looks so bad, oh my god. Back to Bruce and Diana meeting, and it's the most hilarious shit I've ever seen.
You look different.
This place is so strange.
Oh, it hurts so bad. They turned Bruce into a sad boy from 2009. He probably shops at Hot Topic and Spencer's.
Oh my god!
I have powers on their world, Diana.
What?
I never wanted powers. I didn't think I needed them. But on Remnant, I can help.
What? This is Batman's arc? Really? Batman wants to stay in Remnant because he'll have powers there. No! This is such a massive misunderstanding of who Bruce is. The man who swore to protect Gotham so that no 8-year-old will ever lose their parents again says, fuck it, I want superpowers. Not to mention his loved ones, Alfred, Robin, Selina. Nah, fuck him. Batman wants Sneak Coochie. And you know what's the kicker? It's never brought up again. This huge decision that could have massive ramifications. Never discussed again. Wendy just tells him to stop being a dipshit, and he's like, oh yeah. Incredible. And you know, honestly, they should have given this arc to Cyborg. Think about it. A big thing about Cyborg's story is coming to terms with him being a cyborg. Imagine if he was fully human here, had powers, was able to experience the teenage years he lost after becoming Cyborg. That would fit so much better for this type of thing. Plus, it would work well with his crush on Nora. Luckily, they find out that Ruby and Yang are in trouble, so they set off to the woods.
It's good to see everyone.
You have powers.
Yeah. Got me some wings.
With everyone together, it's revealed that it was Flash this whole time! Well, it was Kilgore who has possessed Flash. He was the one running the code on all the computers. That still makes no sense. Kilgore, with the help of someone from Remnant, trapped both teams in a virtual reality. But thanks to Barry somehow managing to control his finger, uses Morse code to tell Batman that Kilgore is trapped in there as well. This plan makes no sense, by the way. Why make it a replica of Ruby's world? If you wanted these two teams trapped in forever in the Matrix, why not make it, you know, like the Matrix, where everyone is living mundane lives? Why put them in a world where they still have all their powers? Make Bruce a desk jockey, Yang a fitness instructor, Superman a busboy. Why let them keep their personalities? It makes no sense.
It was so easy to trip you up and keep you guessing.
He starts monologuing.
Don't listen to him, Ruby. Leadership isn't about your age.
Time and place, Superman! They free Barry, but Kilgore possesses the dragon.
He flew into the wyvern!
Well, that was unexpected.
No, it wasn't. That's Kilgore's whole thing. But despite Kilgore possessing one of the most powerful monsters in Ruby, he just sits there like a fish, allowing Green Lantern to take him out. What a lame-ass final battle. And with that, the day is saved. All the lessons were learned, and goodbyes are said. Green Lantern uses the power ring to wake them up from the Matrix. And that was part 1. Really not that great. But TLDR, Warner Brothers disappoints again. What else is new?